We're glad you're with us. KTRH News Time is 7:17. Joining me right now is Robert Spencer from Jihad Watch. Robert, welcome to Houston's Morning News. Good to have you back on with us.
Great to be back. Thank you.
All right, Robert, Sugarland Tea Party here in the Houston area forced to move an event with Pam Geller. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Pam.
Yep, we have written a book together, as a matter of fact.
So they had this all set up at the Hyatt Place Hotel in Sugarland. Apparently, the Hyatt Place Hotel got some phone calls, heard from some people that did not want Pam Geller spewing what they feel is her hate-filled rhetoric. She was going to be signing copies of the book, Stop the Islamization of America. And they had to move it to a community center where there was also some protesting. This is happening more and more and more. Now, right after this took place, the hotel did come out with an apology on behalf of Hyatt Place in Sugarland, saying they were a little hasty in forcing the Tea Party to move to another location. But you are seeing this, and I know I am reading about this. It's taking place over and over and over again. Why are people so afraid to host functions like the Sugarland Tea Party and Pam Geller?
Well, what happened in Sugarland in that particular case, excuse me, was that the Hamas-linked Muslim Brotherhood Front Group, the Council on American Islamic Relations, complained about Pamela Geller's speech there. And this is a concerted effort that they have undertaken, and their allies on the left and other Islamic supremacist groups have undertaken all over the country. And that is to try to make it appear that people who speak out against Islamic law, speak out for freedom, speak out in defense of the freedom of speech, the freedom of conscience, equality of rights of women, all the things that are denied by Islamic law, like Pamela Geller and me, are stigmatized, demonized, ruled out of polite society. They want to make it so that we're like somebody that's so radioactive that everybody will be afraid to host us. And this is because, of course, we tell truths that they don't want known. And we bring to light how Islamic jihadis use the texts and teachings of Islam, the same ones that are taught in the majority of U.S. mosques, and that this is a much larger problem and a much more multifaceted problem than most people realize. And these Hamas-linked Muslim Brotherhood front groups, they don't want this known.
Right.
They want to cover it up. And so they are trying to, in other words, essentially shoot the messenger.
Right. And it's interesting to me, and if you'll hang on, Robert, fascinating guy, Robert Spencer from Jihad Watch joining us this morning. I want to talk a little bit about why you believe that places like Hyatt would cave so quickly, and what can we see going forward. It's an interesting discussion to have, especially since it is happening so close to us here in the Houston area. We'll get back to Robert in just moments.
Back to the information and conversation with Matt. This is your Houston Morning News.
We're glad you're with us. It's 7:23. Robert Spencer from Jihad Watch is joining me this morning. We're talking about the hotels, and in particular the Hyatt Place Houston in Sugarland, that had some difficulty with Pam Geller coming and signing books. Pam and Robert have written books together. They are both prominent critics of radical Islam. Robert, let me read to you what the Hyatt released after this all took place. This is just part of the press release. Hyatt respects the diversity of opinions expressed by guests and visitors at our hotels. We do not make business decisions based on a guest or a group's political or religious views. This group, I would assume they're talking about the Tea Party, like all guests or groups, is welcome at Hyatt hotels. We work closely with them in an effort to address any concerns that may arise with future events. Would you think that hearing that the Hyatt realized they may have done more damage to their reputation than good, and will now invite Tea Party groups back, even if you or Pam are speaking?
I certainly hope so. I think that they were surprised by the response. They didn't realize that there are a number of patriotic Americans. As a matter of fact, I would say the vast majority of Americans support our perspective and know that what we're saying is true. And so they're not going to stand for this kind of demonization and defamation. And the Hyatt didn't realize this because the Islamic supremacist Muslim Brotherhood front groups they were listening to were telling them that we were some sort of extremist fringe that represented only some tiny minority of bigots and hate mongers, because this is how they characterize anybody who tells the truth about the Islamic Jihad threat.
Let me ask you this, in the short time that I have, is this going to be the ploy, do you think, in the future, when folks like yourself or Pam or others, Tea Party members, try to assemble somewhere, groups like this will try to disrupt them by suggesting that their business could be shut down?
Yes, definitely, Matt. As a matter of fact, it's already happened again in Nashville since this incident at the Hyatt.
All right. It's interesting. Of course, the economy and money is where people are. That is our Achilles heel in this country, and that's what they're targeting. Robert Spencer, always a pleasure to have you on. Look forward to having you back.
Great. Thanks so much.